Proud of the name.
That's my name.
It's him.
Well, so I actually thought it would be better to use his name because people would be fucking confused or wouldn't know what that is, or if he wants to start his career as it'd be Mark Fischbach, right? But then of course it's like that's pretty cool as a choice of just being like, nah, that's the project I have built and I want it to be that way. You know, it's entirely up to him if he wants to do it. I mean, he's already started the other things with Markiplier, like as the name, so go for it, I suppose.
It feeds back as well, doesn't it? Because he says he's not doing this instead of YouTube. He's doing both at the same time. So if you can get a movie that gets into theaters and gets this amount of eyes on it, then it's a good way of getting people to discover the other things that you're doing, and the other things that you're doing then get people to go and watch the next movie that you make, and the movie that you make sends them back to the channel. It's like, it's just a kind of it's feedback loop. It's quite helpful for branding, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's all kinds of reasons to do both, so it's like, but I'm glad he's thought it through. Like, he's made this decision deliberately.
What do you think everyone who sees me on the streets calls me? It's Markiplier. It's not even something like a branding thing. It's just like, that's basically me. And I am not embarrassed in any way about that name, about being from YouTube. I am fucking proud of being from YouTube. I will shout it from the
Hell yeah, brother.
Man, just
Hell
the
yeah.
total, the total
Our guy.
opposite. The total opposite of Stuckmann.
It's so cool.
Legends are
Like
made.
he's the idea being it's like I'm gonna make a name that ties directly back to that history because it's it's the whole reason I'm here. Versus Mr. I guess I'll keep reviewing stuff for now. If I can get some ads to put in there. I just want to be a filmmaker. This YouTube thing is gay. I have to keep doing this.
rooftops of where I came from, because where I came from made me able to do the things that I'm able to do. And it's going to keep making me able to do the things that I'm able to do all the way into the future. You know what I did before YouTube? Dick and diddly. I didn't do dick, but I did diddly, right? So I did plenty of that. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says about what anybody else has done. I don't care. I'm the only critic I care about. I'm the only one that has an opinion that's going to negatively affect me. So, of course, I'm going to be more critical about it than anybody. And I want people to understand that there are other YouTubers far more talented than me that are trying to get their projects out there, too. And because I have a weird superpower about a lack of ability to understand what criticism even means, so I'm gonna keep going for it. Yeah. It's I've poured everything of my soul into this just because I knew that the dividends that I was going to get back in terms of the education and the skills that I was going to build were going to be more than anything you could ever imagine. Like the toll it's taken on me has been immense, but also the amount that I've had to adapt and grow as a person is just, I cannot stress how sometimes as much as many people say, like, you should take care of yourself and burning out is bad, and it's not for the sake of the grind. I believe in destroying yourself for art sometimes. I believe in it. I believe it immensely. I believe in burning yourself to make something great. I believe in it. I'm not even saying I'm making great things. That's not what it's about. But to channel the feeling that maybe, just maybe, what all the sweat and the little sleepless nights is going to be making something that's just even a little bit good. That's, oh my God, it's like,
I don't know. You don't hear that from that many people. Everyone warns about burnout. Everyone says be careful. The fact that he just said, "Yeah, I mean, I wanna be pushed to the limits to make something great." It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, man. It's sort of awkward reality is that a lot of the great things that you love were the product of some really difficult
People losing their
hard to
fucking
make.
minds.
Super Smash Brothers Melee was not a fun development for them. Halo 2, that wasn't particularly fun for them. Obviously, there's like a billion movies you can point to where the production was a nightmare to get it done.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to live my life where I can do that kind of thing. And it's all been the same thing I've been doing this entire time, is the opportunity to be that much better and to make something that like pushes that education just a little bit. I I encourage all of you to try. Just really try your absolute hardest at one thing, and even if it doesn't seem like it does any reward, look inward at what you learned to make that thing happen. That is when my life started changing, right? When I actually felt like I had a paddle in the river of life that I was just floating through. I actually could direct myself.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
All of a
Man, I'm
it's
sitting
just
here
like, it's
listening
almost
to
like
Dad
you
tell
blink
me how
and
to.
you'll be in a kind of a different video now. Holy shit.
Direct myself. Not well at first, but I could direct myself, right? That's the only thing. All the other motivational bullshit you'll ever see in your life won't amount to dick or diddly. Which, reminder, I was doing a lot of, but it's about, it's just about trying something. That's all it ever is, just trying something and then taking the lessons and not letting that be the last thing and keeping the chain going. Anyway, I have something to say today.
Oh man, it feels like he stopped himself there, like, oh, I got a bit too serious, got to pull it back a little bit.
I love it. I love all of that. It's just like good stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I want to hear, man. I just want to hear it. Because I will say, some of you fellas were being a little bit cringe when Markiplier was sort of tearing up a bit while talking about like the movie and the fact that it was succeeding.
True.
The reason why we make fun of like High Top doing the 1 HP voice is because it's inauthentic. That's the problem with it. It's cringe and it's performative. People actually like being emotional about stuff, and caring about things is good, and we could probably stand to use a little bit more of that nowadays, of people actually being a little bit earnest about how they feel.
Well, I mean, especially with just what he achieved. How could you... I don't understand. It's going to be difficult for anybody to reserve their emotions when you go through all of that, and then you get possibly the most like official way of confirmation of the project you completed. You've competed in the big boy leagues, something you've only ever seen, and you did it yourself with your money and your distribution.
And you're you. You are you. You don't feel special in that sense. It's just like, oh wait, like me, I did that. It's like, yeah, you did. Makes sense that you would that would hit you in the feels, especially based on what I understand of Markiplier as I suppose a character. But I mean, it's this is I like to hear this stuff when people are talking about doing creative projects and putting wearing their heart on their sleeve.
I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
the idea that these are lessons he's come to learn when he's in context now. Again, clown man who screams and laughs at indie horror video games. It's just like, man, dude, I don't know. I just get the impression this is very genuine, that you've learned these things because you experienced them.
I get the impression he's a bit of an iceberg in the sense that there's a lot sort of beneath the surface in terms of that funnels up into what you see in terms of the stuff that he makes. I don't know. You get that from Iron Lung. It's like, oh damn, you wanted to like say something here. You weren't just like wanting to tell a story almost for the sake of just having events happen. Like you kind of wanted it to mean something, which is like so important. If you don't have that, man, it's gonna be hard, to make stuff. Kind of, it doesn't even matter how like technically skilled you may end up getting to. It's like if you don't have that core that's driving it, man, it's just going to be tough to make stuff that connects with people.
Be true tomorrow. Like, that's how urgent the news is, right? I have something to tell you guys that I can say today and maybe not tomorrow, right? It's big news. It might be the biggest news. Iron Lung is the #1 movie in America. Iron Lung is the #1 movie in America today. It's the #1 movie.
Just for a day, even if it's just for a day, still.
You're gonna need people to send help after Iron Lung comes in and takes it all. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's true. It's true. It actually is. I can say that today, and that might, like I said, that might not be true tomorrow. So
By the way, it was really fucking lame that people thought it was like bullshit that a YouTuber like Markiplier could make a film that's number one, like beating out Sam Raimi, as if that's like some tremendous injustice.
Oh yeah, the people saying like it's kind of disgusting to see this, like, and it's a sign that the cinema's ending, that an auteur like Sam Raimi could be beaten out by a fucking YouTuber. It's just like, damn, that's really fucking rude. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is really rude.
Help looks lame.
Well, yeah, that's an awkward thing to talk about. Is that like, you know, it's been a while since it's been a while since the films that Sam Raimi made that people tend to reference to talk about how great he is as a filmmaker. It's been a long time.
Well, you say that, but
know,
whenever they bring him up, they always say Oz the Great and Powerful is their favorite film. That just comes
that's
up all
right.
the time.
Oz the Great. They really loved. They really loved Mila Kunis as the Wicked Witch of the West, and they really. It's like, yeah, Sam Raimi really extracted all he could out of that performance. And what's his name? Fucking Green Goblin as Oz.
You should be more specific, because people will be like, Willem Dafoe?
Oh, sorry, second Green Goblin. Yeah, that's right. Not the
Skateboard
good
or
old
the
Harry.
hoverboard Green Goblin, yeah.
That's right, on the hoverboard one. Yeah.
See, someone said, "Oh shit, Sam Raimi made that." Exactly. Most people don't even know.
It's been a while since the Evil Dead, Spider-Man, Quick and the Dead was the name of the Western one, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that movie's cool as shit, by the way. I really like that movie.
I love the style on that film.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yes, and Darkman. It's been a while. Drag Me to Hell is
Even
old now.
Drag
Yeah.
Me to Hell. That's like 16 years ago at this point.
Oh, Goblin Jr. gonna cry. So no, I genuinely in this case, I don't even think Sam Raimi would be that upset at all. He'd just be like, "Wow, this guy."
Why would he be?
Yeah, because he's an indie success story as well.
And so this notion of like the death of cinema, YouTubers are taking over. It's like, bruh, like, maybe that's for the best. Okay.
I'm going to say it as much as I can today. I need people to go take the trailer, rip it down, and then try to shove number one in every possible frame possible. Like when I'm, that shot where the lights are going on, I'm looking to the left, in my eyes, putting number ones. Like in the first one where I take a picture, it goes boosh, and then it goes to the picture, it's a big number one, it's number one movie in America, and then I'll put those out everywhere. I'll get billboards. I'll actually spend $1 on marketing. I'll do something. But we're the number one movie in America. Number one! I haven't played it in so long, and it's so funny to go back into it, and I'm like, man, I want to see it again, because there's one of the I want to talk about it so bad. Does this count as spoilers?
Yes.
I was listening.
Yes, it does.
I was conveniently listening to the Iron Lung soundtrack made by Andrew Hulshult, soon-to-be award-winning composer.
I enjoyed the soundtrack. I thought it was neat.
It's a good one.
I liked
It
it.
goes with the movie really well.
It served its role, for sure.
I'm going to be careful with pausing here because I do want to let it be heard, but I have no idea what the nature of copyright will be on this.
Yeah, maybe. I love this one.
I'm just going to pause again for safety, but you can kind of hear what the vibe is.
Yeah.
There's a nice beat to it. It's kind of the whole fleshy pulse.
Feels a bit industrial sort of
Yeah.
tone.
This is some good lovemaking music.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
There you go. All right, I might as well buy the rest of this bullshit. Envelope, yes. Ink, sure. What is that? I don't know what that is. Could be right with you. Brush.
I left this in because I thought it was fun.
Yay! Look at his little square head.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, whoa!
Wait. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Oh, hold on. I almost had it.
For reference, and chat will probably know better
Hold
than
on.
me. I'm pretty sure it's a character.
Wait.
Like for his channel.
It's the cube.
Tiny
Oh,
Box
okay.
Tim is a thing.
Okay.
Wait.
That's fun. Oh, yeah.
He's
there
got a
you
little
go.
flag, a little pennant.
Hang on.
Man, attention to detail there, getting the curve.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Iron Lung number 1! Oh, yeah, baby! Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We love being number 1 in America, and even though tomorrow that will change, we still have
for a
Iron
day.
Lung! Number 1 in America, Australia, and New Zealand. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, cool.
So this is funny. This is on Friday. The box office numbers. I'm number 1, right? I milked it a lot. I said it. It was very funny. I knew that Sam Raimi's movie was going to pass me eventually by the end of the week.
God, it's just reminded. Yeah, there's a fucking Melania Trump fucking movie. Like that came out that was very expensive.
Didn't it cost like $70 million?
Isn't that something to do with like the majority of it was the license or whatever?
It was because
I
the
think so.
license fee for the documentary was like $40 million, which was the highest
Christ.
like ever by far. Plus, dude, I've seen ads for it on like television. I can't believe that shit. Like, but yeah, okay. Number 3.
He's defeated by Iron Lung. Like, wait, what?
I mean, kind of obviously.
Well, yeah, it's just funny, though.
would be
Oh,
like,
sure.
it's, what a terrible idea. Like, but anyway.
By the end of the weekend, but I was like, haha, I'm number 1. But then I didn't see this yesterday, but here's Saturdays. So this is Saturday, right? I swear I was on this list, but Iron Lung isn't here anymore. There's no numbers for Iron Lung. They took me off the chart. And I thought, hey, maybe that's a fluke. maybe there's something wrong, but here's Sunday. I wake up this morning, which reports the day before his numbers. I'm gone. I'm not even above Hamnet.
So, there's a lot of theories for this, and I don't like to, run into stating anything as true without getting sources or whatever, but a lot of people have assumed this is like sabotage to get the film off the charts for whatever technicalities because they don't like how well it's doing and what it says, I guess, is the
You don't need the distributors and everything.
That would be really...
It just feels to me like it's I don't know if there's a word for this, but when something's almost too perfect as a negative, it's like, doesn't that sound like the most sensational and stupid move they could ever fucking make?
Well, yeah, I mean, you just call more attention to it.
Yeah.
People will start to speculate on why it's not there, because it's conspicuous.
So I don't know if there's like proof, so to speak, or if we're just gonna have to run off of assuming, because it is really fucking suspicious. Like, why is
Just
this
Is it back
happening?
on now, or is it stayed off forever?
I'm not even sure if it is back on. It wasn't back on when I was on Open Bar. So it's
How the justification would be, what is that on a technicality a movie has to have like been
Talking about
distributed
Saturday
by a
and
recognized...
Sunday, right?
yes, I think so.
It's on the charts now.
It's on now. Okay.
Oh,
Still
we
very,
just
very,
distribute
very
it
sus.
randomly
What
for a
website
weekend,
is
which
he
makes
using?
it...
Is he using the numbers or Box Office Mojo?
I don't know. I don't recognize the format, so because I don't typically check these. It's just that this did get a hell of a lot of attention. Of like, why the fuck is it off the listings? What are you doing? Made people very angry, which it should, because it's just like, what the fuck.
Yeah.
But if it's back,
Yeah,
then
it's,
all right. Must have been a mistake.
The numbers.com has for Saturday and Sunday. It has it at number 2 below Send Help. So
Very
it's
well.
fixed now, apparently.
I'm nowhere. Zootopia's back up here. Avatar's up here. Melania's up here. I feel like I should just like maybe I'd be fine with here. I'd be fine with being on the chart. Why'd you take me off the chart? I feel like I deserve to be on the chart. The status of the war of the weekend, right? Our feud with Sam Raimi. Our personal feud. It's actually more of a feud with Disney, if we're going to be perfectly honest with ourselves. Just thank you guys so much, because it's been a really special day, and I just got back from donating blood. Thank you to everybody that has donated blood.
So if you don't know, that's also like a part of the thing that he's done. He encouraged everybody to donate blood as part of like Iron Lung as a thing.
Oh, wow.
That's
He
a
just
really
wants it
good
for
thing to do.
himself to use
Like-
in his movies.
Oh, also that, yeah.
It's just kind of nuts in terms of like, do you want to chill out and be a good person, right? Like, gosh, he's crazy, you're hogging up all the good from other people.
Stuckmanoid seething.
Just like a casual being like, sorry, just gave blood here, which is I saw a joke which is funny. The not funny part is he ends up in hospital a whole bunch. He has like different health issues. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics, but someone said like he's the last person that should donate blood. Everyone will end up in hospital, just like the kind of thing, like whatever he's got.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny at the same time because it's like, yeah, he met with a bunch of fans to donate blood with. I was just like, what the fuck? Good for you.
It means a lot, and it's really important because there still is a shortage, and just really cool. I don't think that there's a big conspiracy or something. At least I don't think so about keeping Iron Lung off of the top lists because the industry doesn't want it there. I mean, Disney apparently has been number one with one of their movies for the past. This would be the past 10 weekends if they did win. So we're number one by like this much right now, and that is shrinking as the day goes by. But it's shrinking at a hilariously countdown like amount because the gap is like fucking close. So let me put it this way, right? So I personally don't care about the numbers other than that it's like woo success. I'm gonna be able to give the crew a big bonus. That's awesome. I do I'm not a big studio, so the split with the theaters is basically 50-50. I'm pretty sure actually the majority of the studios, the theater splits is 50-50 right now. It's I mean, they also get their concessions. When I was able to like for that drive-in, I was able to give them some pizzas and comp the concessions there. I comped the concessions for the Esquire back in Cincinnati. So if you wanted to go see it tonight and you go to the Esquire, the concessions are comped, and I was able to do that. But you know, concessions are all for the theaters anyway, and so you know, it's really cool because it's just, you know, everybody wins. And this morning, after I had learned that the Iron Lung was missing from the top charts, we were still number one by 600,000. And I swear, I don't give a shit about the numbers, but it's like, I didn't think. How could I have thought? What would that be? This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Like, it's got to be a bit of a thing of being like, you've done borderline impossible thing and you're actually beating out a well-established, for many years, talented creator, and then you get removed from the listing. It's like, ooh, you know, that's gotta hit a particular way of, because, you know, like, how much do you want to complain versus just be like, well, I'm just happy it's happy. It's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem fair. Which comes up a bunch in Iron Lung, that word.
And so now, right now, it's shrinking. Of course, shrinking. Like I know that Send Help is going to win eventually. I mean, Iron Lung isn't going to be in theaters next weekend, really. So it's like we always this was only ever really going to be a one-time thing. It was supposed to be in 50 theaters, and now it's like. I'm fine. I am fine. So it's shrinking. And so now the gap is 300,000, right? It was 600,000 this morning. It's 300,000 right now. And, you know, I had a conversation. Today with a fan, and it was a perfectly normal conversation. And they mentioned that they were a film student. I don't know why I'm crying. And they said how cool it was that this was done independently, and that this was really kind of an inspiration for people that wanted to get into making movies, that it was even possible. And I floated the idea that, like, well, I've got like some conversations going with a lot of people are calling me and it's like, what if a studio helped with distribution? And they actually said, please don't, because it's really cool. And right now it's kind of a hero moment to showcase that indie filmmaking was possible. And now I just got home. I had to drive an hour and 10 minutes away to donate blood. And so I had a bunch of calls on the way there. I've been thinking about it ever since. And it's been like, whoa, holy shit. They mentioned that
Kind of interesting, right? The idea of maybe don't use regular distributors even at this point, because this is like a symbol of what can be done. It almost shows God bleeding a little bit in this industry, which is like, that's worth it in and of itself, which I think is kind of fascinating. Like
it's not like he'll struggle to get those theater releases in the future.
No, yeah, because this will be establishing, but like it's also just, I'm sure that conversation did happen, right? Like it's saying is, we can get this out to more people even faster. And it's like, please don't. Like it's this doing it this way and having it run that way in total will be an amazing accolade to have.
They were a film student. I don't know. I'm crying. And they said how cool it was that this was done independently, and that this was really kind of an inspiration for people that wanted to get into making movies, that it was even possible. And I floated the idea that like, well, I've got like some conversations going.
Oh wait, I think this is playing again. Whoops.
And I'm almost hesitant to ask this, but I think it might be a big win for independent filmmaking. And it's not to shut out Sam Raimi, it's kind of to shut out Disney for winning like 10 weeks in a row. Maybe they could only win 9 weeks in a row, and the one weekend that Iron Lung is here, it could, I think that might be pretty cool.
This, by the way, is why a lot of people are pretty interested in this as a story. Like, not even the film, but the meta of everything. Hence why this is like a section.
Oh, absolutely.
There's many different ways to attack what is a gross, disgusting, horrible, rotted industry. This is a major vector. Like to have, a film on its own just come in and steal the thunder a little bit, as well as trying to point out where everything's going wrong, or be critical of IPs, or stop supporting certain ones that are getting made, or try to calculate like all the Kurtzmans or the Kennedys, etc. Even Feige now. Sorry, buddy, but you're kind of a mess. It's like they need to move around or go whatever, but to have this happening at the same time, I mean, it actually kind of starts to feel like, wait a minute, the things could change, right? Like if enough of these things move in the right way, the right time. Hence why he probably feels like this is a bit of a big weight, because it's like you kind of need to do this properly. Which, by the way, I don't even want to, like, Chris Stuckmann could have been doing this, like, or trying this, or pushing for this, but he just doesn't seem to.
Yeah.
He's kind of like,
He wants to be part of the in crowd, the in group. He doesn't want to be the rebel. He doesn't want to be the independent. He wants to be in with the industry.
Well, he doesn't have the imagination to be an independent, because it's just fascinating watching all of this and comparing it to the promotional materials that were done for Shelby Oaks, like all of the behind the scenes stuff and the interviews that Stuckmann did. And it's also like he's doing it because this is what industry people do. You learn nothing from it. To the extent there are interviews, the questions are exactly the same questions they ask literally anyone. And when he's on his own doing behind the scenes stuff, it's just like, they could just comparing the way Markiplier talks about what they were doing to get all the effects working and all the rest. And Stuckmann's like, well, for this bit we had to use blue screen. I don't like that, but we had to. I was like, it would help if you had a personality, I grant you, but like, I'm much more interested in this as a behind-the-scenes story than I am in professionally produced behind-the-scenes stuff that comes out, because this is quite obviously natural. It's quite obviously truthful. There's way more insight into the creative process. The person behind it is a human, which definitely helps. More of this would be good. I'm sure it does wonders for the film as well, because it keeps it in people's imagination. And obviously the story is quite inspiring. Whereas, like, what now is worth seeing of any behind-the-scenes thing? And except on the rare occasion is like a Stranger Things 5, and it's all just a complete catastrophe. But otherwise, there's no point watching any of that stuff, because it's just sanitized.
Yeah, it's just a commercial.
That again, there's so many major contrasts, but the fact that he said not minutes ago or whatever, the industry has a way of doing things, and he met people at all turns that were telling him not only that he should be doing it that way, but that he doesn't really have the authority, the pedigree, the experience to be able to, do anything else. Meanwhile, Stuckmann was like, let's go. Let's do it the way that it's done. Yes, hell yes.
Well, it's because the most revolutionary, for lack of a better term, thing that he's done is self-distribution, right? Because plenty of indie films are made, but they're very rarely self-distributed, because, Shelby Oaks is an independent film, but it wasn't independently distributed. And that's a huge shift.
Well, it's also,
there is an industry standard way of doing things, even with the indie distributors.
The biggest criticism I've seen very commonly that'll start up with Shelby Oaks is like, oh, I've seen that part before, and that part, and that part. Hey, wait a minute. And Iron Lung, the most common one I've seen is the pacing's off. It's too long, that sort of thing. So, like, a direct comparison would be that Mark needs to work on perhaps pacing, perhaps editing, perhaps this, perhaps that, while Stuckmann is like, dude, you need to, like, scrap what you've got there. You need to come up with something.
Have you seen a film before?
Have an idea.
Well, that's the point. He has indeed. He's seen too many, even. Like, he's only referencing films. That's what he's doing. It's
Stuckmann's, by all rights, should be way better than Markiplier's.
Absolutely. Well, he's it's almost too perfect, the film he made, because it's like, of course, the guy who's so boring and passionless and unable to, like, render opinions that are insightful about any given media. Even his most favorite, right? He often cites Signs as like the core inspiration. We covered his perspective on it. It was very shit. How is that possible for the thing that inspires you the most in potentially your life as to your career, versus take any of, I'm sure anybody in chat, any of us here right now, if you said what is your favorite piece of media, and then he's like, can you talk about it for 10 minutes? It's like, you joking? Like, it's not going to be hard.
You will have to stop me at 10 minutes.
Exactly.
And also,
where I'm going with that is just that his film is like a synthesis of. It is like an AI. It is like taking, I've seen this before and that worked, I like that goes in. As opposed to the way you want it to work, which is you create something and you go, so that arm is from this, that hand is from this, that fingernail's from this, that thing is from this, that thing is from this is from when I was walking across the street and I did this is when I was thinking about something my father told me, or this is when I went on a trip and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's where it's a life that gets put into the work, as opposed to, well, I really like that scene in 2001. So that, that goes in there. Or I really like that scene in Rosemary's Baby.
Movie, it's not even an interesting combination of things,
It's not even derivative of his self-proclaimed favorite movies. You know what I mean? Because I remember that video you covered. It was like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. It was Signs, and I don't remember what else. If you do, shout it out. But when you watch Shelby Oaks, is any of those films in there? No. It's just derivative of all the other sort of modern
derivative of a
horror
concept.
Stuff. Yeah.
Like I said, you watch it and you kind of like, I think I've seen this before. You're like, pretty much nothing new.
But he's not even like cribbing things from his favorite movies.
Well, so yeah, there is a weird middle ground of, if you copy really well, it's like almost passable. A lot of people accuse Tarantino of this. It's like, if you can remix to the point where nobody can even tell what your influences are, that's great. But if you can remix to the point where like, I recognize that, but you've got it here in a way that's really fucking cool, like, that's also a plus to an extent. But when you take the thing and then drain it of its life and just stack it among other things, kind of Frankenstein's monster sort of thing of just, I recognize all the pieces, but that's not a person. That's something else, man. I don't know what you've made.
There's a way to combine things in an interesting way. You're like, oh, it's got like this, and it's kind of like this, and it's kind of like that, and you enthusiastically can see how they're fit together in a neat way, but can't even do that.
And maybe if that could inspire someone to keep making films, that'd be pretty cool. Once again, Hbomberguy. This is on Letterboxd, which is the site that I had to learn about.
It's not worth it. Don't learn about it.
No, but
nothing good happens there.
Yeah, Hbomberguy saw it and wrote out a review, and he's going to read a portion of it. I thought it was a meaningful moment.
I'm going to read straight, so I guess this counts as stealing content. So I'm no better than those darn dirty streamers here, but here I go. Will it feel incomplete without having played the game, or be so unlike it that it might have been, and might as well have been something else? Iron Lung has some of those issues, maybe, but I'm genuinely really impressed by how well it threads the needle. The film is quite literally a vehicle for its main star, but it's shot and edited as if Mark directed someone else in the main role. There's a part where Mark gets a dab of blood on his hand and wipes it on his trousers, and it's loving. You see the ribbing of the fabric, the seeping in of the blood, its shininess in the light. It knows to focus on the feel and atmosphere. A worse movie would cut or shorten that shot, or never have that shot at all. So much thinking must have gone into where to put the camera, how to highlight the physicality of the space, and how to make that very small room keep feeling new and strange. It's not in a rush to prove Markiplier can act or direct or edit, which sort of proves he can. The sound design was brill. I love Andrew Hulshult's music, and there hasn't been Guy fumbling with a floppy map while wearing fingerless gloves fully this good for a long time. This choice of adaptation feels very personal. It's hard not to see parallels between the game's premise, disposably sitting in a small room hacking away at an inscrutable work with an unknown chance of success, and being a YouTuber. All the anxieties about what this job entails at its worst are balled up, calcified, and atrophied under years of pressure and stress, and vomited back up like rotting stones all over the floor of the SM-13. Not quite literally, but sort of literally. Oh, man. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
Like, you know, we've delivered hours ago what we thought were the pros and cons, the criticisms and praises, and I could imagine reading that from someone, you know, I think Hbomberguy's made plenty of really strong videos of good analysis, but I'm also famously someone who thinks he made a fucking catastrophic, that's a word now, video on DS2, some other stuff. But I imagine Mark is likes his work quite a bit, so hearing that from someone that you trust, like, to review things artistically, probably means a lot. But I'd be inclined to agree about the nature of the camera. It was actually someone I was going to bring up as to someone referenced it in chat. You remember in the Duffer Brothers thing with Stranger Things, where they're on set, they're on the scene, they're filming Holly running, and then he just says, "We're going to do some Evil Dead here." And he literally just means following her closely with the camera, and it rocks.
Yeah,
it's the most like frustrating thing for me, in the sense of like, what the fuck? Like you just randomly thought of Eva. There's no planning and no consideration there. You just did the thing that you do, which again feels kind of like how Stuckmann probably put things together. It's like, I'll put that there and put that there because that's things that people like and that's things that they do. Meanwhile, the camera in that film, I did feel like they would have planned for a while, like, how can we make it so that this isn't the most boring shit ever, because we're in this one room, we got to keep moving it around. So whenever it was like tight up on his hand as he was, you know, turning the ship and there's blood on it or whatever, or when it shoots him from below in the files he's reaching for, or through the screen of the computer, or by the side, or whatever have you, I was just like, yeah, that's a new one. That's another new one. That's another new one. There's a shot, I think, when he realizes she says Simon. It's like there's borders that are created through the pipes, almost creates like black bars as he's moving across. And I was just like, oh, that's another new one. He's almost silhouetted. There's a bunch of them, and I was just like, they really tried with this, because I know that anyone would have been. It's like, this is going to be boring if we're not very, very careful with like visually, and I assume that's what's kind of been commented on there. It's like, you can tell someone was trying with this and that they thought about the shots. Whether or not they were super successful is like, that's the kind of, I've said before, is like, that's the number one ingredient we really want. So much better. There was a post the other day about The Room. So much better to have a candid attempt at making something well and it fail, or it succeed, versus the conventional sludge pipe stuff that we've talked about so many times, where
absolutely just
films are made because they're made
of CGI and
is
what they think is necessary, or it's done because that's just what you do, or designed by committee, designed by boardroom.
It's just a thing of, like, again, with the Evil Dead thing, it's like, why are you doing that? It's like, because I know that thing and I like that thing. And it's like, yeah, but what's happening in the moment? Is there any reason why that would be there that way, or do you just randomly think of it? And it's like, listen, we're on a time limit, okay? We only had 3 years of prep. Like, what could you take from us from this? I think I've got a little bit of background radiation of hating them, like a lot after seeing that behind the scenes. Even though they're probably going to disappear from consciousness now, they'll go into the same coma that D&D went into for a few years. Did we talk about on EFAP before the whole like they're not doing interviews anymore? They're just like they've like almost disappeared.
I think it was mentioned.
Probably a good idea.
Probably told you better shut the fuck up and stop doing interviews. You're ruining everything, even more than you've already ruined it.
We're almost lucky to have gotten that behind the scenes. Like, he could have, they could have kept it away from us.
I'm sure they have a movie coming out there because they jump ship to Paramount, right? And I think I'm sure they've got one coming out. It might even be this year, and it's called something really appropriate, like something very bad is about to happen. So they haven't completely disappeared, but
yeah, let's see how they do without the Stranger Things IP. Huh? Be very curious.
I was on Reddit. Sorry, it's completely unrelated, and I came across like a caption of a tweet. And it's got like 100K likes as my face. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then I read it. It's like YouTuber Markiplier broke down in tears after his self-financed horror movie Iron Lung opened to $23 at the worldwide box office. Quote, fuck, dude, this movie cost so much money. I'm so fucked.
Oh man, I love that video.
$23.
That's a funny tweet.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna lose so much money.
Oh god, oh shit.
So very true. That actually kind of, I think, appropriate, sort of, we can wrap up there. Because I think that kind of tells the story in total. There was one other thing I was thinking about, but I think we're all right.
Catch the rest later, yeah.
Because there's another section where...
It's just a...
I don't need to play it, I'll just say it. So it was like 6 years, it's some decent chunk of time. He's playing a video game, and I think the word honey comes up or something, and then he just has a rant about how he doesn't trust honey. He thinks honey is bullshit. There's no way they could be paying so many YouTubers and offering so many YouTubers so much money for a service like that.
Where do they get the money from?
He said like it doesn't make any sense, and he was like, I don't fucking trust them, and he recommends people don't take the sponsorship, and that he's refused them. And then it was years later that the scandal came out, which, by the way, there are videos you can check to see the totality of the scams with how they do it. But from what I saw briefly of what he explained, it was the way it works when you do an affiliate thing, right? So say, for example, I say, hey, check out my link with honey. You guys click it, and then you go to the website, and it would cause a cookie to register that it is my affiliate link. So when you buy the thing, it gives me the cut. And what was happening with honey with all creators was that when they hit like purchase, the cookie would be replaced, and it would go no affiliate. So they could then like decide how much they want to give as a cut, or tell the YouTuber how much of the revenue is actually going to them or not. Basically, like that's some peak scummery.
Yeah, there's some good videos out there on honey and all the scamminess of it. It's worth taking a look because it goes deeper than you think in all the ways that in all the ways that they've been basically scamming people.
He goes over it, and he says after explaining all of that there's more. Like there's more things that they've done that are horrible, and it's just like, oh, well, that's great. So good intuition, because I'm not gonna lie, I felt similar about honey, because I was confused, and I remember talking about it with friends at the time. I was just like, so it draws coupons from like everywhere, and it gives the person buying a discount on the thing they were buying. Where did they get the money? Like, at what point the thing is bought, you got a discount? Do they take a portion of what you would have been discounted? But then that doesn't even make sense, because you've already it's just like and then, of course, the amount of people promoting it, and for a lot of money, it's like they're making... He even estimated, he thinks they're making more than millions because of the crazy deals they had with so many YouTubers, which is...
Oh, yeah, I bet they made gangbusters. Absolutely.
So, not good. And, of course, just lies in contrast then with... He's perceptive to the point of not wanting to promote what he thinks might be scams when it comes to sponsorships. Meanwhile, maybe the final comparison of the night, someone else, a YouTuber turned filmmaker who released it, he's kind of in the most hot water for what sponsorships he's willing to take, especially with the audience he kind of has. If he was like a known scummy person who doesn't give a shit, say like Logan Paul or whatever, I don't think anyone would care. It's like, yeah, no one's surprised. But because it's him, it's just like, yeah, that's actually like really surprising, Mr. I have to be nice to people, otherwise I could, affect their ability to express themselves through the art of filmmaking. He's like, you have that standard, but you're willing to... Just very strange. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But he continues, nothing's stopping him. That was the biggest revelation for me. It was that not that people highlighting this the gambling app stuff. It was that no, dude, he's been doing this for like years, and his whole community have like memes about how he never listens to them. It's like, oh.
I almost think it's worse though, because in the Honey example, that's a case of a company scamming the people who are running the ads for them. Whereas in the Stuckmann case, that is a case of a guy who knows exactly what the product is, and the company isn't scamming him. They're not misleading him. We know a debt collection agency is a debt collection agency, and we know that a gambling company is a gambling company, and he knows that too. And yet he chooses those anyway. So it's like you can't claim ignorance about that. And as his comment section points out, like they keep telling him don't do ads for these people, and yet he carries on doing ads for these people.
I completely agree. What I was trying to highlight was like Markiplier's gone above and beyond. Like instead of taking the deal and then regretting it and making a video saying they've scammed us, fuck this company, hate them, he preemptively assumed by thinking about how their business practice works that it's not worth getting involved with them. It's like, do you think Chris Stuckmann ever like considered this with the fucking better help
or the money coming in? Because like some of these people, they will offer a lot of money, but like, it is your job as a creator to do basic due diligence at the very least, and say like, do I actually want to be marketing gambling at small children in a SpongeBob SquarePants review? Probably not, but they did offer me loads of cash, so I said yes.
There is one bonus amusing clip that I did have in here, and this was I saw it shit on Twitter, and it was this is the Honey section, but someone shared this as like, it's so weird to see like a movie being that successful when it comes from not just a normal guy, but a particularly amusing normal guy in the sense of the mistakes he makes.
Is crazy. I once ate 10-day-old meatloaf that I made. Handmade my grandma's meatloaf. I did not put it in an airtight container. It was in the fridge, admittedly, but it was not in an airtight container. I ate it anyway. It had like some white fuzz on it, but I thought if I cooked it out, I'd be okay. I puked so hard I broke blood vessels in my eyes. And you might be thinking, oh man, was this back in college? Nah, this was last year. I'm just stupid.
Hello, everybody. No, don't do that.
This was last year.
Oh no, don't be doing that. Look, it's one thing if you really, really want a sandwich and you take the one tiny little speck of mold off the bread, that's one thing. But if the meatloaf is fuzzy, it's over.
I'm the opposite of Markiplier. If I have any sense that the food might be molding or rotting anyway, I'm like, no, it's out, it's done. I'm a little more worried about that sort of thing. Don't like it. Especially, you mentioned like the bread example, right? If you see like a dot and you can pull it off, whatever. I saw a graphic once, and I was like, that's just a sign of other, like it's like an iceberg. There's other things going on inside that piece of food that you should be more careful. Like your immune system can defeat it, but I'm not risking that shit. No way.
But why you want to stress out your immune system like that? They got a lot of work to do for you.
Exactly.
No need to be giving them battles.
You got to keep them sharp. You got to keep them on their toes.
An immune with crazy illnesses, like
absolutely, yes.
What's going on out here?
You can't let them rest on their laurels.
Well, fair enough. But that's kind of the story as I best could represent it of Markiplier and Iron Lung. It's a neat thing that's happened. Wish him the best for the future. I do believe that he's going to pursue adapting Amnesia: The Dark Descent, probably Soma as well, and it's going to be really cool to see that. Obviously, that will be hard to not be unhappy about if they were to be fucked up. It's not a sensitive topic, Soma. If it were ruined, it would be like, I might have to hurt you with psionic damage via a hellish demon from under the blood ocean. But this I just think is an awesome thing that he's done, and it looks like he's, like he said, it's not even just about like the arduous journey is completed, it's that it's set the stage to be able to do it again, but perhaps easier and with more people and give people more chances and inspire them and stuff. It's just like, yeah, good shit. And it's just really easy to get behind because he comes across to me, and I know plenty of people feel differently, but I just feel he is genuine, and I get the sense he's a good person. I always pretty much have never given strong reason to, like, he may make mistakes here and there or something, but they're always very realistic, normal person mistakes, nothing catastrophic. And so, he's worked hard, and best of luck to him. I don't know what else that can be said, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't really know much of anything about him before today, and I like him. He seems cool. I'm happy for him. I'm happy the movie's doing well. It's good for the industry. All that stuff.